Hey guys, it's Johnny with JMFD Customs, the holster division of Canik Precision LLC, and we're finally back to talk about the Canik TTI Combat once again. You guys saw the videos of our first one. That one has left. We were just now able to get in another brand new one. This is not a replacement from Canik. This is just another new one that a dealer friend of ours was able to get to us so that we can do some follow-up. First off, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. We certainly appreciate it when you guys do that. And before we dig into this, we're also going to go over some new products that we have. You can see the gun stands that are on the bench. I threw this SFX rival out here because that's one that we have made up. We don't have a rival, so we threw it in this video. But this style stand will also be available soon for the TTI. You guys that don't know, it's pretty self-explanatory how these work. If you just want to show off your Canik, these two options have room for 3 mags. If you don't want your mags out with the firearm, you can use our single stand. These will be available on the website really soon. We're working on getting the pictures taken and getting them added on there. So there's that. We'll scoot those out of the way. Another one, in my first video when I unboxed the Canik and showed you everything that was included, including the holster, and I said we can do it better, and we're going to. We have. Please ignore the red color. This was just a test piece that I had out there, so that's what I used. This is our first holster that will be available, and it'll be available soon for the TTI Canik. This is an IWB. This one has a mod wing on it. There'll be options: mod wing, no mod wing, foamy, or DCC monoblock, whatever you prefer. I threw this one together with our most popular options. Has the 1.5-inch foamy clip. Also has the Gen 2 mod wing. On this one, you're going to have 3 sets of holes for your attachment, so you can adjust your ride height however you prefer it. You can also adjust your cant across those. So this is the first one. This is going to be the IWB option, no rock, solid holster. We're also going to have an OWB duty style that'll fit the like the Blackhawk and the Blade Tech paddles, and also the Safariland QLS system. And then we will also have an OWB that is a pancake with belt loops. So you can look out for those on the website too. They'll be coming soon. We just finished up testing this one. We need to get some photos and get that listing done. So anyway, back to this. The problems with this gun, Canik is still in denial about. They still want to say, we'll send you a new recoil spring, we'll send you a new recoil spring. If you insist on getting another striker, which I highly recommend you do, they will send you a striker, but you're going to have to ask them for it. So we are still under the belief that the striker damage has nothing to do with the no primer strikes and with the changing the recoil spring out. It's just impossible for that to damage the tip of the striker. That is a flaw in their design. So in order to prove this, we're going to tear this one down. This is brand new. I'm going to take it apart right here on video. I'm going to show you the striker. So you can see it's undamaged, or at least we hope it is, coming straight from Canik. Then we're going to put it back together, and we picked up some A-Zoom 9mm snap caps. So to prove that this is not happening because of the recoil spring and under fire, we're going to run 100 dry fires using snap caps. I'm going to use snap caps. I don't use them usually, but I'm going to use them because I know if I don't, I'm going to have people saying, well, it's because you dry fired without a snap cap. You know what? This is not 1940. You only need a snap cap if you have a faulty striker like FN 509s. So, but just to be safe so nobody can debate it, which I'm sure somebody will anyway, we're going to use A-Zoom 9mm snap caps. We're going to put 100 dry fire on this. We're going to pull the striker out. We're going to check it. We're going to see if it has any damage at all, if it has any wear starting to show. If it does, we're going to put it back in there. We're going to run 200. We're going to keep doing this to prove that, because running a snap cap, you have nothing on the recoil spring assembly. that damaged striker has nothing to do with the recoil. This is going to be the easiest way to prove it. So anyway, let's tear this one down. Well, I said let's tear it down. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? This one, I will just point out, compared to the other one we had from the factory, this one is extremely oily. They it looks like they poured this one full of oil before it came out. Our other one was actually fairly dry for a new factory built gun. This is more along the lines of what I see in a lot of the stuff we're getting. They show up really wet. But that last one, I mean, you can see it puddled right in here. But that last one we had was dry, and I was there when it got delivered from the distributor, so don't know what was up with that. So if you need to know how to disassemble this, you can look at our other videos where we go through this in depth. For this, to save time, I'm just going to go ahead and pull it apart. And here we go. Let me see if I can get this up here on the camera where you can see it really good. There is, maybe if I can get it to focus, there you go. There is no damage to the striker, which is the way it should be. This is factory new. Shouldn't be any damage to the striker. So I'm not gonna bore you with camera footage of me sitting here dry firing this 100 times, but I'm going to put this back together. We're gonna run the first 100 on it. We'll pop in on the video whether there's any damage on it or not. 100, we're gonna pop in, we're gonna show you how the striker looks. Based on how it looks at that point, we'll determine where we go from there. We may run another 100 and then start the video back, but I'm gonna include it all in this one video. So stand by, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. And I have to say, that is the least amount of fun I've ever had with a handgun. So anyway, let's get to it. That would be 101 without a snap cap. So somebody's gonna say if it's damaged, that one right there without the snap cap's what did it. Anyway. Moment of truth. See what we have. Okay, striker looks good. Still extremely woolly. There is a hair. You can just see a tiny bit. I don't even know if I can get it in here, right there on the corner. That shiny piece right there. It's just where it is barely starting to get a little bit of rub on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it back together. We're going to run another 100 dry fires using the A-Zoom snap caps, and then we'll come back, we'll tear it apart again, see what it looks like. All right, guys, we're back at the 200 round mark. So let's tear it apart, see what we have now. That was slick. Yep, as you can see, corner of the striker is already starting to deform. Let me see if I can get it up here in the light. Touch the camera, see if we can get it to zoom. Right there, you can see it. That corner is already starting to round off. Guys, this is 200 rounds, 200 dry fires, not 200 rounds. This is 200 dry fires. This is 200 dry fires out of a brand new pistol. So, we'll go ahead and do another 100. We're going to do another 100 and see how it holds up. So, the fact that the striker is already deforming confirms everything that we've been telling you guys. It has nothing to do with the recoil spring. It doesn't matter how heavy or how light this is. with using a snap cap, there is absolutely nothing on it. Here's the problem with Canik. Let me get the gun back together. I'm going to run another 100 rounds, and then I'll show you what the problem is. Part of the problem is the gun is not going fully into battery sometimes, but it still allows it to fire, which I do not understand. But which I can demonstrate here in just a minute when I have it back together and have a snap cap on it. So we'll run another 100, but 200 rounds, dry fire, striker's already deforming. So we'll be back in a second. All right, guys, we're back. We just finished round 300 of dry fire out of the brand new Canik TTI. So this is what I can show you here. Well, if I can quit dropping stuff in the floor, it'd be so much easier. So, part of the problem is something is catching that sometimes this pistol does not go fully into battery. Which Canik's gonna say, we'll put a heavier spring in there. You know, I've seen the guys with heavier springs and they still have this issue. You're gonna wind up bumping the weight up in the spring, getting the gun to slam home so hard that it's not going to cycle right because it's overpowered for the ammo that you're running. But when you guys are getting the no primer strikes, it is because this can fire without being in battery. The trigger can release a striker can drop without it being in battery. So much so that you can have it this far out of battery and still trip the trigger. And which, I don't know how well the video is picking that up. Guys, that's considerable. So anyway, let's take it apart. Check it out after 300 rounds of dry fire. Yep, as you can see, the corner of the striker is just a mangled mess. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get it to focus. Let me try one more time. If I can't, then I will definitely. I'm going to put some close-up photos of this. I'll split the video here. All right, those photos you just saw are the zoomed in version of this, where the corner of the striker is already worn off. It's deformed. There are metal burrs sticking up on the top. So, which I'll hand it to Canik or their fans or whatever, because we're in several Canik groups on social media, and I actually saw a guy get in there the other day and say, no one that actually owns a Canik TTI has a problem. It's all internet rumors. Well, guys, this is the second one we've owned. We've had the exact same problem. The other one we actually found out under live fire. And then the more we looked into this, the more we worked on it. I don't know. There have been guys that they've changed this spring out. They've changed this spring out. They've cut some coils off of this spring. They've done all this stuff. And from what I've saw, everyone that has emailed us, and by the way, we've gotten hundreds of emails from viewers. Thank you guys for that. It allowed us to compile a lot of data and come up with our theory that we just tested here. And all of those emails, the guys that Canik sent them new parts, they sent them a new striker, they sent them the new recoil spring that's supposed to magically fix everything. They put it together, they went and shot, and it fixed the no primer strikes. They didn't have any cycle problems. Yet every one of those people that put 100 to 500 rounds down their gun would, after they tore it apart, it was functioning fine. After they tore it apart and they removed their striker for us, their striker was still damaged. So the gun was functioning fine. They were still getting damage to the striker, which is completely unacceptable. It's unacceptable in a $500 pistol. It's damn sure unacceptable in a $1,000 pistol. This is our second one. I didn't want to buy it. I'll be honest with you guys. I absolutely hate this gun and everything about it. The comp performs like crap. The gun performs like crap. There is a clear defect in the gun, which I kind of believe that this will span across other models, which is why we will be getting an FXX, having a Biden moment today, rival, to put through this exact same test that we're doing here. Because a lot of people, from what they've told us, they have other Caniks that they don't have a problem cycling. They're running just fine, but after seeing our videos, we've had TP9s, some rivals, guys like that use their guns, some of them in competition, some of them for just fun, that they've never had a problem cycling the weapon, but after seeing our videos, they got curious and they pulled their striker out and they're sending us pictures and their striker looks exactly like this, which proves that it's not going to be fixed by the recoil spring assembly and eliminating the no primer strikes. And I've had a lot of guys ask me what the fix is for this. To be honest with you, we don't have the fix right now. Like I said, we've had so many guys send in their fixes that they're trying on springs and changing this and changing that. But I don't have an answer for you right now. My answer would be sell it. Sell it while the market's hot, and get out from under it and get you something else. For the price point, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable, period, but it's unacceptable for the price point especially. So anyway, we're going to put this thing back together. We need it to build holsters. I can tell you this, if we didn't build holsters there's no way we would own this thing. So anyway, there's my opinion. We'll probably do another video on this, a follow-up video after we do some more testing on it. And if we happen to stumble across a fix for it, great. We'll be more than happy to share that with you guys. So anyway, like I said before, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. We certainly appreciate it. Keep an eye out. Like I said, we'll try to get back with the rival pretty soon. I don't know how soon we can make that happen, but I really don't want to invest any more money in Caniks. I don't want to give them another penny, but we need the rival. We need to test this theory, so we'll probably wind up getting one so we can share that with you guys. Anyway, until next time, we're going to have some staccato videos coming out pretty soon, probably next couple of days, so you guys that are interested in that, make sure you check those out.